So there you go.
All right, there you have it.
Our weather team is hard at work right now tracking severe weather.
We're going to check in with Jason Michael in just a few minutes, but first, Betsy kicking off our team coverage. Hi again, Bets.
Hi there, team. Yeah, you see behind you the picture downtown Cleveland on CSU cam. We're still seeing peaks of sunshine. We've got puffy clouds going on. It's kind of a fact-finding mission. Once we get thunderstorms to form, now we kind of take it moment by moment and see how things are starting to line up. We are really starting to see some development happening now in northwestern Ohio. We are kind of in a minute-by-minute update scenario as we are just now getting these thunderstorms into an area where we have really impressive ingredients for thunderstorm growth and development. We're dealing with this huge bow echo that is coming across southern Michigan at this, or excuse me, southern Canada at this point. This is just now making it out onto Lake Erie. The big question will be, how will Lake Erie influence that? Sometimes the cooler water will kind of put the brakes on development, but it looks like this thing so far is holding together fairly well. And as it continues to move across the lake, if we kind of take this on a due east path here, that would clip it into Lake County and Ashtabula County. So we're really keeping a close eye on that. It's had some pretty impressive wind numbers out of it. Meanwhile, farther west, these little pops are starting to really fill in a line that is ahead of that cold front. And out ahead of all of that, we have little showers that are beginning to bubble up. So we definitely have some percolation that's happening in the atmosphere, and that's a really important ingredient. Lift is everything in thunderstorm development. Anytime we can add ingredients to the lift factor, that kind of increases our risk for severe weather. We do have a severe thunderstorm watch that goes through 11 o'clock. The ingredients are here, everybody, and it really looks like things are starting to tighten up and come together even more. I just told Jason this, just kind of popped in on the visible satellite imagery here, but you see all these little white dots. Those are the fair weather cumulus clouds that I just pointed out on that CSU cam. So we get the little clouds that bubble up. That's the heat and humidity reacting with the cooler parts of the upper part of the atmosphere. Meanwhile, farther west, it looks like those clouds begin to disappear. That's kind of an important thing as far as storm development goes, because that could be a sign that we have some subsidence happening. Just some portion of the atmosphere is not lifting at this point. So how does that react with those thunderstorms as this line gets closer to us? It's a wait and see game. This is the minute by minute part of storm tracking. We're still looking at a significant line of storms moving through northern Ohio, in my opinion, though. Damaging winds, large hail, and flooding are our primary threats. We can't rule out a tornado threat. But in your National Designer hour-by-hour forecast, notice as it starts to come in, I've backed the time off just a pinch, just kind of trying to time it out a little bit. So we're going to just barely bring it into downtown Cleveland and areas west, 6 o'clock or so. By 7, now it's starting to move into the eastern suburbs, Ashtabula County, Lake County, down through Akron and Canton. And then by the time we hit 8 and 9, now we're Canton going down toward Dover, New Philadelphia, and Carrollton. So we're still kind of in that 5 to 9 p.m. time period in northern Ohio. It's all about the details, though, when the storm hits you. And that, as I mentioned, is still a minute-by-minute scenario that we, of course, will be watching. But once it's out of here, everybody, we're off to a phenomenal weekend. Jason has more on that.
And that southerly juice that we've been talking about here, Betsy, is going to be titrating down across the area here. Look at our rain chances that they go down for early Friday into the afternoon and then kind of bottom out as we head towards the weekend here. Saturday and Sunday, only about a 5 to 10% chance in terms of rainfall coming through the skies here. High pressure is moving back in, so that's going to be the drivers taking us into the weekend here. Behind that cold front, you can see cooler, much drier air and also much stable air. Here's what it looks like on Friday. We open up the gate here tomorrow morning. Some cloud cover, perhaps even a couple pops into the atmosphere. But all the energy titrates down. Once we get high pressure fully invested across northeast Ohio, we start to make our way towards a beautiful and also a very stable weekend. Here's tomorrow on the hour, beginning in the 60s here, climbing into the mid to low 70s across the vast majority of northeast Ohio. And that is just about the best we're going to do for Friday. We edge towards 80 degrees on Saturday. Lots of sunshine, great outdoor weather, as well as for Sunday as we're going into the mid to low 80s here across the board. Here's your Union Home Mortgage 7-day outlook. Temperatures day by day stacking up here, going into the mid to upper 80s. You can see there by Monday, a few partly cloudy skies here, maybe even a couple pops in the atmosphere. Again, not edging too high. By Tuesday, we're much more stable here. More sunshine, more some cloud cover expected there. Even by Wednesday, temperatures begin to climb. We're still juicing in a lot of heat from the south that will likely elevate our temperatures. Feels like temperatures by Wednesday could be nearing 90 degrees, and surface temperatures by Thursday will likely hover around 90 degrees and likely feels like temperatures will be in the mid to low 90s. But that carries with it another storm chance. We got plenty of time to talk about that. We are in that wait and see, as Chief Meteorologist Betsy Kling says, and we have much more coming up right after this.